wanted to talk about this book, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I read it actually about a year ago, so I couldn't tell you much about what I remember in terms of what happened in the book. I don't remember much of the plot or themes or commentary. I'm just gonna speak on it in terms of like a vibe-based analysis from what I remember about it. But I'd had a conversation a few weeks ago with someone where we were talking a lot about Jane Austen, and it kind of inspired me to pick up this book again, reread it, which I haven't yet. No doubt, this is it a period piece? I don't know. I suppose it's just reflective of the time in which it was written, but it's obviously this satire of Victorian era England and gender roles, social dynamics, the dating scene of Victorian era England. What I took away from this book the most, more than anything, was how funny and whimsical it was. I really wasn't expecting it, but Jane Austen is hilarious. There's so much hilarious banter in this book. There's so many jokes, quips at every sort of social gathering or dinner or whatever. Whenever someone's courting someone, there's so many sort of witty quips and jokes that Jane Austen throws in there that makes it like a really, really funny and like comic read to me. That was kind of what I took away more than anything, is I wasn't really expecting it to be hilarious, but it was. So props to Jane Austen for being way funnier than I expected. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy and like cozy inside, because I read this book that was written in 1812, and I expect society to be so unrecognizable from the life I live today. I expect gender roles to be so different, and I expect social dynamics to be completely different. And when I read this, obviously so much has changed in society. Technology has changed. Many things about gender roles have changed for the better, of course, for the better. But there's so much also about the whole courtship aspect of dating, social dynamics that really haven't changed, and the humor holds up so well. Like, this book's hilarious and it really holds up, and there's so much about this book that still rings true today, which I really didn't expect. And it kind of reminds me of watching this old sitcom called The Honeymooners. When I visited my grandparents, we watched Jackie Gleason in The Honeymooners, which was a sitcom from the 50s or 60s where he plays this completely like moronic streetcar driver named Ralph Cramden, and he's just a big oaf. He's completely obtuse and sort of oafish when it comes to the way he views the world in terms of gender roles and social dynamics and whatnot. He's always making an ass out of himself in a really, really hilarious way. And I remember when like the show first comes on, it's like this super old like picture quality, and I expect like society's gonna be so unrecognizable. None of the jokes are gonna be funny to me. And then I watch it and I thought, this holds up so unbelievably well. It's still hilarious. It really holds up. I couldn't believe how similar the sort of like cadence of jokes, the things that are being made fun of, and the body language, whatever, everything about the humor in that show held up so unbelievably well. It really kind of surprised me, and it made me feel great and optimistic, because I expect society to be so different back then, only 60 years ago or 200 years ago in Pride and Prejudice. But there's so much about human dynamics that are still so similar, that are really kind of the same. And the main things that are changing are maybe technology is different. Certain aspects of society have certainly changed fundamentally, but at the same time, interactions between human beings, social dynamics aren't that much different. Another example is when I watched Seinfeld, which of course takes place 30 years ago. The technology is different, sure, some social dynamics are a little different. When Jerry is breaking up with someone after 2 dates, he's doing it by leaving a message on the voicemail box. And you know, people call each other from payphones and stuff like that. But the social dynamics are completely the same. The humor mostly holds up extremely well, most of it, because social dynamics really haven't changed in the last 30 years. Social dynamics and the way humans interact with each other is virtually the same. From reading Pride and Prejudice, there's so much that has not changed about the way humans interact with each other, and that makes me feel really good. So let me know. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if this is, if I'm cooking with this, if this is a stupid idea. Did I just completely miss and whiff on what Pride and Prejudice is supposed to be about, let me know. This was at least one of my major takeaways. There's plenty of people online and academics that could tell you so much more about what Jane Austen has to say about gender roles and critiques of society and whatnot. I just wanted to talk about how funny it is. Yeah, thanks for checking this out. Keep up the great momentum in the comments. It's been a hub of activity lately. I've been loving all the feedback that I've been getting from these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Hey man, give me some book recommendations. What the hell? Nobody's ever told me a book to read on this. Nobody has commented on this channel and told me a book to read. Let me know what books I should read. If you're watching the videos, whoever's commenting, hit me up. Give me a book to read. I will read it and I might talk about it in a video. So thanks. Have a good day.